Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you an introduction to the EventEmitter class in Node. Node is a runtime environment where you can run JavaScript code outside of a browser. This video is part of my journey of learning to code, and I invite you to learn along with me, so let's get started. So, what is an event emitter? Event emitters are useful for handling events. Events in programming are just like events in real life, some kind of action or change in state, which can then cause responses to those events. Events can be a range of things, like the page loading, or the user clicking a button, or submitting a form, etc. The EventEmitter class in particular allows us to access methods, like the emit method, which will trigger or emit an event, and the on method, which you can use to add a callback function that will happen when an event is emitted. Now let's try actually using our event emitter. As you can see, I've opened up a document which I've called catEvent.js. Now, in order to use our event emitter class in this document, we first have to import our events module. So let's set constant event emitter equal to require events. Now that we have our event emitter, let's make a specific instance of it that we can use to emit specific events. I like cats, so I'm going to make this event emitter emit an event of feeding a cat. So I'll call this specific event emitter cat feeder. So class cat feeder extends event emitter. And inside our cat feeder class, let's make a method called log. And let's pass in a message as an argument that this method will end up logging. And the first thing we'll do inside our log method is, like I said, log our message. So console.log message. And then we're also going to emit an event. And since our current class of catFeeder extends the EventEmitter class, it has all the capabilities of that class, including the emit method. So we can write this.emit and it'll access the emit method. And in our emit method, the first thing we're going to do is pass in our event, which we'll call feeding the cat. And next we can pass in a value or argument. I'm going to pass in an object that is going to be the cat who's being fed. Oftentimes you would add properties like an ID or a URL here, but cats don't have those things. So let's just give the cat properties like color, which, how about we make this cat orange? That's always a good color for a cat. And is fed, which we'll set to true, since when we trigger the event, the cat will indeed be fed. Alright, so now we have our cat feeder class. Let's make a specific cat feeder. So constant lowercase c cat feeder equals new uppercase c cat feeder. Okay, and now with our cat feeder, our lowercase c cat feeder that is, we're going to register an event listener that's going to listen for the emission of our event. And it's important that you set up the event listener before you raise the event. Because if you think about it, you have to have ears before you can hear anything. The same is true of our code. We have to give it some ears in the form of a listener before it can detect that we're emitting an event. So lowercase c cat feeder dot on, and then our event is called feeding the cat. Remember? And next we have a function, which I'm going to use an arrow function, where we can pass in our argument, which we can use any word we like really to represent that, but it's best to use a word that makes sense. So I'm going to use arg, short for argument. Now, inside our function, we're going to write what we want our cat feeder to do upon the emission of our feeding the cat event. Well, it seems to me that if the cat has been fed, it's going to be happy. And when my cats are happy, they meow at me. So let's console log. And in our console log, let's put a template string. So backticks, and then receiving satisfied meows from the, and then let's pass in the color property from our argument, which, if you remember, was our cat object we set up earlier. So $curly braces arg.color, and then outside the curly braces, cat. And now let's do something a little fun with the second part of our argument, which was the isFed property. So inside our callback function, let's set a constant has been fed equal to, and then we'll use our ternary operator to test whether arg.isFed is true or not. And if it is, then has been fed will be equal to has been fed. And if it's not, it'll be equal to has not been fed. And then let's append our console log to say the arg.colorCat who, and then $ curly braces, and then our has been fed variable inside the curly braces. All right, now let's raise our event. So small c cat feeder dot log, because if you remember, our cat feeder class has the log method available. And in this log method, we both emitted our feeding the cat event and console logged a message. So now let's pass in what we want our message to be. Let's just say the cat has been fed. Exclamation point, because, that's pretty exciting. All right, now let's run our program. Save first, and then node cat event down in the terminal. And as you can see, it says the cat has been fed and receiving satisfied meows from the orange cat who has been fed. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you can see how the EventEmitter class allows us to raise events and set up event listeners in order to respond to those events. If you liked this video, or even if you just like cats, please leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're so inclined, and I'll see you next time.